Okay, so obviously very different location that I'm usually in. I'm not even in my house. I'm not even in my borough anymore. Long story short, I'm visiting a couple friends for the weekend, but I had to make this vlog out. Last night was crazy. I got there super tired. We had so much fun, but I did manage to catch the episode of Star versus Forces of Evil online, like a couple of minutes after it aired on actually on TV. So this is my impromptu Star vs. the Forces of Evil vlog season 3 for the episodes Lint Catcher and Squire for Hire. So I've got to kind of make them super short, but it's only going to be for this one because I honestly don't know when someone else is going to come in here, and I'm trying to avoid an awkward moment. Okay, so Lint Catcher pretty much starts off with songs with Star singing that burrito song that we all see her sing in the trailer, and surprise, surprise, Marco's here, and she's like, what are you doing here? And Marco does want to take up River's offer to becoming a knight, so that's awesome. And then he sees Tom coming out of the bathroom and stuff like that, singing the same burrito song, which is, I think, adorable. And to my pleasant surprise, both of them were really happy to see each other. It was just like a quick Marco, Tom, like, but they both seemed genuinely happy to see each other. So thank you. Like, don't go the jealous Marco route, guys. It's just so damn cliche. And so the guards come in. They think Marco's an intruder. Star's like, guys, calm down. It's Marco. Like, I know him. And so Marco says, like, I'm here to, like, train to become a knight. And everyone probably laughs at him. And I'm just like, what the hell? So it turns out River kind of lied. That cape is not the cape of a knight. Apparently it is the cape of one of his, like, he has that cape on when he's, like, eating food. I forgot which food. Then Marco's just like, I wore this thing the whole time. And so obviously the knights are like joking. They're like saying there's no way he can become a knight. He's not even a squire. Then Marco's like, well, I could be a squire. Like, he still wants to try. So I'm hoping they keep this knight thing going, because like I would like to see Marco full decked out in armor. That would be awesome. Queen River addresses him that, you know, that she's sorry that River promised that he could be a knight when that takes years of training, and says that they'll promise to work things out and then you can hang out with Star in the meantime. It'll give you time to catch up. While Marco's okay with it, Star, obviously going through what she's been through in the last couple episodes, is like, oh, this is kind of awkward, because it looks like she's definitely, you know, giving Tom a chance and they're both getting along well, but like having Marco around does confuse things a bit. I think she's still unsure about how she feels about that. And so like she's pretty much keeping her distance, giving him one-word answers and stuff like that. He's trying to ask, you know, how she's been, just fine. And he's like, so are you and Tom dating? Yeah. And like Marco's like kind of weirded out because she's acting so cold and distant. Star asks about Jackie. He lets him know that they broke up and stuff like that. But to me, it doesn't seem like Marco is all that broken up about it. Who knows? Maybe we'll discover in later episodes. And I forgot to mention, Star actually says that she knows the night that Marco can Squire for, and it's their lava boat that we saw instead of a hoodie. And she honestly just sends him there so like he can be all the way at the basement, so she doesn't really have to confront Marco or see him because she's still conflicted about it. And then Marco's like, well, if I'm all the way down here, how the heck are we gonna hang out? And then she storms off because, you know, she's frustrated and Marco doesn't understand. And then while Star's trying to get herself together, she runs into her great-great-grandmother Eclipsa, who they let, you know, have her free time, but of course chained to a giant frickin' ball and chain. And they sit down and have a chat. Now, I do like this scene because Star and Eclipsa, obviously, you know, the show has been doing a good job mentioning that they are, in fact, very similar to one another. So I do like the fact that, you know, you get to see those two talk, but damn it, Eclipsa, I just don't trust you. Like, she just gives that vibe off that I could escape anytime I want. This is just all part of my plan. I want to be here because I choose to be here. So it's just like, she's gonna escape, you know, it's just really a matter of when. And so, you know, she's talking to Star, and Star's essentially asking her for, I don't know, asking her for advice, but she's just letting her know her problems. And then Eclipsa's like, okay, who is he? And then she's just like, what? No, it's just Marco. And the way Eclipsa says, oh, Marco, so that's who it was. Like, she already knew who Marco was. maybe it's something really small, but the way Eclipsa said that, I was actually really concerned. I was like, Eclipsa, you have never met Marco in your life. Why do you know him? Like, I don't know, like if you go back, like the way she says it, she says, oh, Marco, so that's who it was. Like, she already knew everything about Star's life, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. Darn it, Eclipsa, I want to like you. Stop being creepy. And so Star basically tells Eclipsa that, she doesn't know if she wants Marco here. Half of her wants him so she can hang out. The other half is still confused about it. And she says, well, it's already too late now. She already made him a Squire of the Night's Watch. And Eclipsa's like, no Squire has ever survived one day at being a... no Squire has ever survived one day at the Knights of the Watch. And she's like, what? And I'm just like, really? What harm could Lavabo do? So Star, worried, goes back to Lavabo and says, where's Marco? And apparently, his first job was cleaning out the Lint Catcher. And man, it's tougher than it looks. What I really like about this episode is that, and both of them too, is that you get to see more of Star and Marco interacting like it used to be, and it is just really refreshing to see them just be in sync again. Like, it's been so long, like the moments have been so awkward and just not their relationship, because like personally I love their whole thing in season 1 where they were just best friends. Like, I like the idea that a girl and a boy in a cartoon show or any kind of league could just be bros, and like it's really comforting. So seeing this again was really awesome. So Marco tells Star that, be quiet, like a Lint monster's there. Of course, eventually the Lint monster is here, then they gotta fight it off. Again, great seeing the monster bust again. Like, it's so refreshing. Like, they're working like they never skipped a beat, so it's dope. So eventually they defeat the Lint monster and such like that, and Star says, okay, Marco, we need to talk. So she does kind of admit that, she was just trying to avoid him, but not fully, and says that she just wants to focus on being a better princess. Marco says he completely understands that he kind of just came into his life like that, which I found funny because Star gets mad at Marco for doing that, but I'm just like, you do realize that's what you did in this very first episode of this series, right? So I thought that was a little bit funny. And so Star's like, that's not what I meant, you don't have to leave. So just like in the intro video, now Star brought Marco's room to the castle, so it's like a vice versa. So it's like what everyone thought was going to happen. And so not only does she bring his room into the mini castle, but makes him her official Squire. Basically her confidant and stuff like that, and basically so they could be best friends again and hang out. Now a lot of people are saying, oh, Marco got friend zoned, and I'm just like, really? Again, I'm okay with shipping and stuff like that, but really, this is friend zone? They've always been best friends, and like, Marco does not seem to really feel that way about Star. Like, I haven't really seen any inclination of jealousy or stuff like that. And like, they're just better friends, man. They just really are. Like, they're best bros. That's how I personally feel about it. So the next half of the episode is called Squire for Hire, and apparently there's this kind of Squire competition where their job is to get their knights their best armor and stuff like that. Star is filling in as the knight, even though she's a princess. And she just wants to have fun, chill out. It's good that, her and Marco could just, be cool and stuff like that. Of course, Marco is taking this as seriously as he can, which is good. Again, like, I really want him to be a full knight. And so, like, the competition, as I said, is to get their Squire, for the Squires to get their knights respective, like, armor, swords, and stuff like that. So he's got a list, classic Marco. And the other Squires, talk to him, and they're seemingly friendly and stuff like that, saying that, you seem well together for a newbie, but it's all just a ruse. The moment this competition starts, they start playing dirty and stuff like that. I'm just like, what the hell? I was thinking, okay, maybe it's just because he's the new kid. So like, as the competition goes, they're trying to get more and more stuff, but Marco and Star just keep getting sabotaged. Marco gets more and more flustered, and Star's just like, dude, relax, like, let's just have fun with it. And, eventually the sabotage reaches the point where Marco just stops. Specifically, it's like an orange-haired girl who's like the leader of the Let's Make Fun of Marco Club, or whatever in terms of that case. And, like, he stops him just like, why are you, like, picking on me like this? Like, what did I do? And the female Squire is just like, you didn't earn your position here. like, you pretty much got to be a squire just because you're the princess's boyfriend. Marco says angrily, I am not her boyfriend. And then she says, oh, then I guess she just took pity on you then. And I'm just like, you salty, salty bitch. Like, seriously, like, here's Marco who thought, like, he was making some new Muni friends, and, like, they just turned out to, like, be so cliquey, and I'm just like, Eventually, Marco gets frustrated because, like, because he knows that he didn't earn his title to be a squire. Like, it kind of ties in with the sophomore slump episode, because he thought that he already was a knight and that he earned that cape, and now he's learning that he's not really a knight, and he didn't really do anything to be a squire. I mean, like, Star did break the rules. Star says that, she doesn't care about all this kind of knight and squire stuff. She did it because, she wants them to hang out again. And then Marco realizes that and says, you know what, all right, fine, let's just go, and they just go off and have some fun. At the end of the episode, at the end of the competition, you see all the squires getting their knight stuff, presenting them, and then you just see Star and Marco, and once again, it's just so good to see them acting like best friends again. It's just rewarding. They just buy a whole bunch of ridiculous stuff, and they end up having a sword fight with, like, foreign objects. I think Marco's using salami, and Star is using some kind of, I don't even know. They're just sword fighting and just being completely silly, and it's just refreshing to see. And they also sneak in a nice Phineas and Ferb and gnome reference, because apparently they brought two broken gnomes, and the sloth from Quest Buy is like, did you guys really need to buy these broken gnomes? And both of them are like, yes we did. So, and they both giggle and laugh and look at each other. So I really like these episodes because, one, they're not going with the classic jealousy route, at least so far. Please don't go with the classic jealousy route. I don't want to see it. Two, it's just so good to see Star and Marco acting like best friends, like how they used to act in season 1 and 2. Like, they're best bros. They're fighting, like, they can disagree, obviously, but, like, they're a great monster slaying team. And, like, they just work so well as best friends. I'm sorry, I know everybody loves Starco and stuff like that, but I personally like their platonic relationship. I think it's much more of a closer bond, and I can believe it more. So, yeah, that is how I feel about that. Next vlog will come out, I believe I'm working that day, but it won't come out like the day after. It'll come out like the night of. So I actually don't know the titles of those episodes, but I will be reviewing them. So I will definitely see you guys at the next one. And I appreciate your patience for this impromptu vlog, and hope you enjoyed the new scenery because it's a one-time thing. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.